Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for North Dakota Today. I'm Lisa Fadeau here with Chris Berg. Middle of July, talking about school already. That was the big story yesterday, right?
Can we pause for a moment? Because I've got some big, good breaking news.
What is that?
In fact, it should be hitting our email inbox here at the news station probably about 29 seconds ago. So it is on. The Big Iron Farm Show is a go for September.
That is big news.
Very big news. Because it's kind of like we need something right now that is like, okay, a little bit of normalcy, right? So
I'm back in the planner, and when I'm looking at my planner, I had like, because things are starting to happen, but I had like, you know, North Dakota State Fair, the concerts. Well, those were canceled.
that's what I'm saying.
You know, Potato Days in Barnesville is supposed to be coming up, but that's not going to happen. So yeah, a few more things are happening though.
To hear that, hey, this is back, it's on, I think is really, really good news. And as we all know, I mean, farming can be lonely when you're out there in the combine, you know, by yourself at times, and you get the guys together and talk shop and have some normalcy back. And hopefully this year we'll have some good weather for it. And also, I was out this morning going for a little run, and I saw the Davies High School football team practicing. So that was kind of like, okay,
the world seems like
it's moving again. So speaking of school, I didn't interrupt you, but I was like, hey,
yeah,
I think this is great.
Yeah, that just goes along with it. Yesterday we were talking about, oh, what is the governor going to say, Governor Burgum, and he said, yes, he'd like to see kids back in school, in the actual classroom. But of course, it's still, you know, leaving it up to just the individual school districts. And I think the catch is you need to have a backup plan. You need to have that distance planning, you know, in place just in case. And but everybody was just kind of waiting. What is he going to say? So I think that's good. We're still getting a lot of, you know, mixed reviews on, you know, some parents are not, you know, ready to send their kids back, and I think that's okay too. But so I'm very interested now in, you know, what's going to happen. You know, Fargo and West Fargo, at least, they both said, okay, we're waiting for the governor, and then we'll see what happens from there. So
I spoke to Robin Nelson yesterday, which, by the way, she's now the former president of the Fargo School Board. Rebecca Knutson got voted in last night as the new president, but they said that the superintendent's going to release his plan for the fall on July 30th. Is when they're going to sort of vote on it, which doesn't give them a lot of wiggle room, but I think it sounds like they're all kind of collaborating. They're bringing in health officials and the administrators and everybody and taking feedback. So I guess my point is, if you're a parent out there and you want to offer some feedback to the Fargo School District, you've still got a few weeks to do that. Let your voice be heard and give maybe some suggestions or ideas and see what they can come up with.
Which I like that. I'm seeing that on Facebook already. Even like one teacher that I'm friends with in real life and on Facebook, he's like, well, how about, you know, if your last name starts A through F, you go to school on this day, but you have this day, you know, like staggering when kids get to go. And I don't even know if that's, you know, part of their consideration. You don't know, but how are they going to run buses, and
that's
lots of different things they need to discuss. And
we talked about that yesterday too. They're going to stagger it, or maybe have kids every other, you know, seat. But first off, thank you to Robin Nelson for serving as president of the school board, because I can only imagine this past year must have been pretty hectic. And congratulations to Rebecca Knutson. So
yeah, that's a tough job to be on the school board for sure.
Man, people get passionate about it, and right now with so much uncertainty, you've got to just try to be like. It's funny, I asked Robin, and she said, so like, as you look out into the fall, like, you know, and you think about all these different variables and what could happen, I said, what keeps you up at night? She goes, Chris, when you ask me that, my head just spins. Like, there are so many things that, you know, you're trying to think about and manage. And like she said, she goes, I do not envy Superintendent Gandhi at all right now.
So much. I mean, so, yeah, we just brought up, like, what days are they going to go? School buses. I've even heard maybe they'll have lunch in their classrooms.
Oh.
How does that, you know, or maybe it was just a proposal, you know, by some people, because you don't want all of the kids sitting at the lunch table together, you know, And
then go in between classes as well. How are you going to manage that? And so it's going to be interesting to see how they do it.
I'm very interested. And once again, I know higher education and the North Dakota university system's also kind of trying to figure out exactly how it's going to work. We heard that a while ago, that NDSU was going to do in-person classes. So same for students who are a little bit older as well. So much is going to change, but seems to be in the right direction for now. And I love that, yeah, the football players are out, and that means maybe some sports can happen. Maybe.
I'm like so unsettled about that. I can't foresee not having a bison season, so I don't even want to say it out loud. But fingers crossed that we have one.
Okay, I want to talk about this just because it is it's kind of heartbreaking. I never like vandalism anyway, but did you hear that the Tasty Freeze, which is almost like a classic, we talk about the Dairy Queen a lot in Moorhead, the Tasty Freeze is a super popular joint too, and someone broke in and just trashed the place. But luckily people are kind of rallying around the owners. You know, you have insurance and things like that, but it doesn't even matter. I think when you just feel violated. If you look at this video, they broke the glass, the front, the side, even like trashed the toilet inside there. They just ransacked the whole place. Yeah, it was the side window and the front glass broken, burglarized, vandalized. So if you know anything about this, I was hoping if you look at the video, you'll be like, hey, I want to get the guys who did this.
Yeah.
You know, one of those small town business, you know, you don't want to see that happen to anybody. So what a mess. But a GoFundMe account has been set up. About $15,000 has already been raised to help get everything put back together, which is good. You know, they need just everything. It wasn't like just a rock thrown through the
So sad.
front window. Who does that?
Especially to, I mean, Tasty Freeze is like some of the best ice cream around, and to go do that to a nice little ice cream shop in the
It's
summer.
like, does that person hate, do they hate summer because you don't vandalize an ice cream shop during the summer? So anyway, that's really a bummer.
I mean, it's a
to see
small
that.
business, so it's not like they've got, you know, a gazillion dollars sitting in the register or anything. And so I don't know, that one baffles my mind and makes me sad.
Our cute video, we'll turn it around from that heartbreaking, hard video to see. How about some cute baby turtles? I love videos like this. We have over 100 baby loggerhead turtles that were born on the shores of Columbia's one of the national parks there in Columbia. Look at this. Conservationists say, I'm not sure if it's the Tayrona National Park there, say it's a great place for these turtles to survive because it has lush surroundings, provides some great protection for these species.
Wow.
But so look, they're so cute right now.
It's
But they grow up to be huge. They're can be 5 feet long eventually and 440 pounds.
What?
Yep. So
Those
they have-
little guys right
They
there?
have a lot of growing to do.
Wow.
Loggerhead turtles. Love that.
Does it say like how long they live by chance, or
What was that?
does it say how long? I mean, do they live like some? You know, some
Oh,
turtles
how
can
long they live.
seems
Oh,
like
that's a good
forever,
point too.
like
Yeah, no, I'll have to do a little
100
more.
years or whatever, but those guys grow up to be 400 pounds.
Look at them, just scooting off. See, and this is good video because I don't see any predators. You know, you feel
Exactly.
like I watch too many of the National Geographic.
Did you watch the Disney Ocean yet, or the Disney Dolphin thing? You need to do that.
I haven't watched Dolphin. I watched the elephant one.
You'll like Dolphin. It's good.
All right, stay with us. Coming up next, we're going to kind of look into your intuition a little bit more in this COVID-19 pandemic, and we're going to be talking to the happy medium, so don't go anywhere.